Hello! Happy Tuesday! Today we're going to be filling another spread in my sketchbook. Boop, 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 boop. Specifically this one. And I thought for today we could try and design another princess. But this time based off a treat that frequents the holiday season. You got gingerbread houses, gingerbread people, gingerbread cookies, and I eat none of them. But today I'm going to be drawing them anyway. And I think it'd be silly not to take inspiration from the shape of like gingerbread cookies. The little people, so we have one that's kind of shaped like this. I don't know, they're like, they're almost like star shaped. They have to be pretty simple, otherwise the cookie would crumble, you know? I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the Peppermint Bark princess and try and draw the actual food first so we get a vibe for what colors will be available to us. Oh, needs a large head. So there's the silhouette. That was really hard to draw, God. I'll try breaking down the shapes a little easier. Maybe that will help. Actually, wait, the arms look like they come upwards a little bit more. Try to get the most surface area of cookie in our design. I think that's the point. Now, gingerbread cookies have very simple features, like smiles and eyeballs. They almost every reference I found has icing for like sleeves like this. A little white icing. You know, squiggle. And then for the feet as well. I don't think we can avoid that one. Almost like a Crayola crayon. Sorry, crayons. We have our two gingerbread people. Two pretty common silhouettes. Now obviously gingerbread people can have like gumdrops and stuff, kind of like gingerbread houses. But the references I've been looking at, my favorite ones are just when they use that beautiful contrast between like that reddish brown gingerbread color and then the white icing. I'm really kind of digging that. It looks nice. And then some use like pops of red, which is cute too. Go ahead and add a little bit of color to these. See if we can get that down. Maybe add a little line art first. Sound effects help you draw better circles. I think I just proved that fact. I'm thinking I won't add line art for the icing, the like white icing. We'll have to see how well it like stands out depending on what gel pen I use. Oops, I drew in the hearts. This will be good for experimenting and seeing which way I like better. Go ahead and erase the rest of the pencil. I need to find a good gingerbread color. I want like a reddish brown. We might have to mix some colors. Let's start with dark suntan. It might be a little too saturated actually. But let's try that one for this cookie on this side. Might actually be a little dark, although if we want it to contrast with the white icing, it should be pretty dark. And try a white. Let's try this paint pen first. Ooh, I like that. I'll have to watch it and see if it fades. There's one way. Let me try another brown. Okay, this one is too light. I mean, it does give off a cookie vibe. I wonder if like a mixture of those two colors would be a good idea. There's another option. In person, it seems too light, but on camera, it looks pretty good. I have a problem when I'm like filming with darker colors. A lot of the details get lost, whereas in person, you can still see them. So it might be a better idea just to stay light for filming's sake. Is there enough contrast there? I'd say so. Might be nice to take like a brown fine liner and go around the icing. We might be able to take like the dark suntan, sort of like add cookie texture and even maybe shadow under some of the icing. Give it that puffy paint appearance. Okay, I prefer this color. It looks more like cookie, but this one might be easier to work with. I wonder if I have a different color. Try layering this on it. This is Ash Rose on top of the light suntan. That's not bad. I think I want to add a little shadow under the cookies. There you go. If you can see that. Alright, there we have a couple cookies. I don't hate the line art for the icing. I wonder if I could just do this whole cookie with line art and then see how I feel. That might be a little overkill. I think it's distracting from the whiteness, and it kind of pulls away from what I liked about the contrasting colors between the brown and the white and how simple that was. And then with the black, kind of competes a little bit with the white since the white is such small details. So let's see, maybe for our princess we want to kind of copy one of these silhouettes, even if we're going to draw it, you know, not in that specific silhouette, but like if I draw out a character just standing there kind of kind of follow one of these silhouettes, and I want to draw a dress, so I'm probably going to take that one. But it ends like, it looks like almost right above the ankles. And it's very swoopy. And it ends kind of short. And we have the feet. And I kind of want to round off the features a lot because the cookie is very rounded. I have to decide if I want to include hair though, because you don't see gingerbread cookies with hair very often. I wonder if I should just put it in like a coat that would give that circly shape up here and make the head look bigger, kind of like a gingerbread cookie. Ooh! I'm also seeing a lot of like non-ginger people cookies that have like way more intricate icing that looks so exciting. Sheesh! I think I want to kind of take advantage of that. They have such cool shapes. They have like swirlies like this. Oh geez, those are hard. How do they do that? I think it's just, I don't know. Making them kind of repetitive and yet organic at the same time. Like, what? I can draw the same thing over and over again, but don't ask me to make it look like it's the same thing that I'm drawing over and over again. Just trying to kind of copy some of these shapes. Let my wrist kind of get a feel for how to draw them and how it feels to draw some of these shapes. When I think of like intricate designs on a dress, I think of like lace or embroidery, a waistband, and then maybe like a vest. Kind of like Frozen, how their outfits have tons of embroidery. I don't know, I'm just gonna kind of just draw, see what happens. Maybe lots of detail is the way to go. Obviously these cookies have very simple details, but now that I'm seeing these other gingerbread cookies, like the snowflakes and stuff, oh, I kind of want to do that. Give this character some pupils. I'm getting really young vibes from this character. Don't try to fight it. Maybe round some of these shapes off a little more. Maybe some arms would be nice. What if the sleeves are like sort of tight? So they get large here, right? Then we have a smaller shape and then they get larger as they reach the wrists. And then maybe they have a tight little cuff. And then the hands. I want to make sure I incorporate these things. They just seem kind of important. I have to figure out how I'm going to incorporate them, but I'm going to draw them in here so I don't forget. Draw some hands in here so I can see where the wrists go. I'm going to kind of loosen up the skirt a little. Kind of make it look like she's kind of putting her chest out a little bit, so that way the front of the skirt's going to be up and the back of the skirt's going to be dipping a little bit more. Alright, let me take a little bit of a look at this. Figure out what I like and what I don't like. Got to incorporate this on the skirt, you know it. Thinking small feet might be a good contrast between the big poofy skirt. Maybe some like designs here. And then fill each of these sort of diamonds with some intricate shapes. You know, kind of just blocking it out right now before I try to add detail. It's a good rule when you're sketching. Because if you try to add too much detail to one spot, you might end up erasing it if you realize that one small other section of the drawing's in the wrong spot, and then you gotta erase the whole thing. Ooh, that never feels good. Kind of working around the sketch. Making changes all around should hopefully negate that. I mean, we've got a round head. Maybe it just needs to be more round. Remove those little bangs. And cut it in a little on the sides. Ooh, I'm glad I don't have this haircut. It would not suit me at all. Probably means we should change the shape of these sections too. Kind of just looks like a helmet. Especially if I do this. Very, very helmety. Part of me wants to try a completely different design. The other option is just make some minor changes and redraw it. Try drawing a smaller version down here, maybe like a silhouette almost. I got a body. Got some legs. Try and find the silhouette of the dress. What if it's got like a lot of fluff, almost like icing around the neck? And then maybe tight around the body. Large around the skirt. Tight around the legs. Could give her some kind of hat. Well, it's not that princessy. Can't decide if I want the arms to be kind of poofy or slimmer. Because one thing I do want is I want it to be a kind of a winter princess here. At least the outfit should be wearable in the winter. I'm thinking sort of doll-like might be a good route. What if there's like a really big Peter Pan collar and like really poofy sleeves? But like only to the elbow? Still thinking. Still thinking. Now this is one thing I know I want. It's a nice icing around the edge of the skirt. So maybe super poofy around the upper arm and then really tight down from there. So maybe her hair normally kind of looks like this, but we're gonna style it so that some's like being pulled back behind the ear so we don't get that perfect circle shape, but it's still inspired by a perfect circle. What do we think about that? Thinking a little bow might be cute. Maybe not total princess, but well, she's a young princess. I can totally see this being like the ball gown for like a young princess who, you know, leaves the party around 8 p.m. with their governess. So it can't possibly be over like the age of 12 tops. Just so I can start getting a vibe for where I'm gonna want to lay out the colors. That's usually pretty tricky. Sit pretty lightly. Throw some line art on there. Follow that swooshy shape in the collar. Although it looks a little clown-like. Currently we just have brown and white. Unless I do want to incorporate some red, which would make it seem a little more holiday themed. But let's start with these cookies colors for the dress. Because that's where I'm going to have most of the white embroidery. I really like this color. It's pretty. Could probably use this color for the hair, since it's not interacting with the shirt at all. Then, shoot. We're out of colors. I think since the character's younger, I do want to keep the pretty saturated color instead of going with the ash rose over top of it. Potentially use another brown. Let's try it. Won't know till we try it. My worry about this brown is that it's not quite gingerbread cookie looking to me. It's quite closer to chocolate. White shoes probably aren't that impractical for a princess. But at the same time, how do I incorporate these designs? Oh, I didn't think about that. Try adding a little bit of this. Kind of just go around and start adding it and see where I like it. I'm gonna look back at some of those intricate designed cookies and kind of take more inspiration from those. Oh, she's starting to look like a cookie. She's already. That didn't take too long. Okay, and maybe something like dots. I really like the dots because they just look so intricate and they're easy at the same time. Just do little batches of 4 in a little diamond shape. As long as it repeats, you can probably get away with it looking like anything. Something around the waist to kind of accentuate that. Here we go. Now I am worried that the light color might be too light to be able to see these details. Because look how much more they pop on the darker brown. So maybe throw some more up here too. Now I do need to add some kind of skin color. I don't think paper white makes any sense. I'm just slightly concerned because I don't really want to bring too many colors in. Don't want to distract from the cookiness, you know? See if we can get away with paper white. I mean, because white is part of the color scheme with the icing. I don't know, it just looks a little out there. I mean, that could probably work. Alright, so we've went from these to these to this. I think we're heading in the right direction. Do I want to make any significant changes before I start sketching? Or is it going to be mostly minor things? I think we need to work out this sort of area and the legs. And then maybe swap around the colors a little bit. This time sketch with my color ice one so we can use markers right on top. Gonna go ahead and draw her in. So we got a head. Add a little fluidity to the pose. Then we can play around with the skirt a little more too. I think if we raise the waist up a little, that'll also make it look like a younger character. So do I want to do that with the collar? I mean, that does kind of give off a younger vibe, so maybe. I just don't want it to go full clown, you know? I want to keep her arms away from the skirt because I really wanted to draw some of these designs. So maybe if I just pull them outwards a little, just pull them away from the dress, that might help. I know it's harder to see the color ace, but don't worry. We'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, I also need to figure out how I'm going to do the cuffs of the arms. I didn't really draw them over here. Skirt got a little more voluptuous than it was. Work on this face, just going on in here. Ears. Where'd these legs end up? Again, I'm kind of jumping around sketch because I want to make sure I'm not putting too much detail into one spot and ignoring the rest of it. What if she has little, if I do make this bow red, what if she has like some other red accessories? Like maybe red shoes? Gotta have a little gumdrop nose, keeping the theme. Actually, if I lower this a little bit more, we can put a huge bow on her back. And this can be kind of like the ribbon. feel like Anastasia in that movie. When she was younger, had a dress kind of like that. Had something similar. There we go. The legs, I'm a little confused about. Let's see how they look if you can't see the legs. What also might be cute is if I just keep them together. Like she's standing now, trying to be prim and proper. So it kind of looks like she's doing on a little teapot. What I'm thinking is we could take the essence of these and just use fluffy socks. Just like copy that shape. Have it come away from the leg. Because it's a different piece of fabric. And the Mary Janes will probably be red. We'll see. If I want a little contrast down there. Okay, I'm kind of excited to add some color. Start with the face. The little eyelashes. Really arched eyebrows. Show some excitement. A very rounded face. Okay, there's the hair. You kind of see how we've pulled away from that perfect circle, but kind of still giving her a very similar haircut. Just styled it so it looks different. Give her earrings because she's a princess. Feel like that makes her look a little fancier. Now this weird clown thing, I'm not entirely sure on it, but we'll stick with it for now. And I just made the second one even smaller. Good grief. So I used light suntan for the dress and then cocoa for the shirt. Do I want to do that again? Because otherwise we just reverse those two colors, which I don't hate. If I had a lighter version of this copper color, I think we'd be in business, but I don't think I have anything like that. I'm gonna try inverting the colors though, just so we can see what they look like. I didn't want this one to be a super prominent color just because I used it so much in our last character design. It was probably worth the risk just to see how it looks. But this design is so different, I don't think we need to worry about them looking the same. Just because we're using one color that's the same, you know? Alright, then we'll use the light suntan color for the shirt. I think I'm gonna just color in the legs with that same color. And then use the dark brown for the shoes. And let's go with the white pen and add some of these designs in. I think those make a big difference. Yeah, they do. Yes, way better. So then I had a really thick kind of squiggle of frosting here. Another one on this side. Alright, I definitely like the designs on the brown better than the light brown. They just stand out a lot more, so hopefully that'll be the case when we do this skirt. So let's start with that squiggle. It's easier if I break it down to like do different sections of the skirt. Less overwhelming. Okay, there's the bottom edge. Then I kind of like what I did there with the little flower in the center. Of icing. And I use those diamond dots. Shoot, it just exploded on me again. Maybe I should be using a gel pen for the dots. Continues to use this pen. Alright, it's a little less intricate on the bigger ones, I think, on the bigger version, because that was smaller and it's the same size pen. So it looks like I might need to add some extras. And I'm not happy about the explosions. Maybe some areas of like larger condensed white could be cool. Yeah, just turning this into a different shape. Just trying to fill it out a little bit more and see if I can make a difference. Oh, that does make a difference. Look at that. Any different changes we could make going forward? Just looking at this, some reason the darker top with the lighter skirt looks more elegant to me. Feel free to disagree. So I'm thinking I do want to go the other way around. The only problem is the white icing stands out so much more on the darker brown. So it's tricky. Oops, that is not the right color. Make sure we use this cocoa color so it doesn't blend in with her top. Let me try using the lighter color for the bow, avoiding too many red. Did I say for the skin tone? Wasn't it like YR00? Ah, silk. Yes, that's one. Kind of throw that in there. And then I used this neutral lipstick color for a little bit of blush. A little winter blush. It's the least saturated thing in this drawing. Tell me that. Imagine that. This would be especially helpful if I decide to use this for the skirt in the next go. It does darken it up a little. There we go. I like that a lot better. That might be a little overkill. Kind of looks like a sweater. I like that about it. But I think I liked the brown on the top. Something about it felt less ordinary, which is why I said elegant, because I feel like something you see more often is like a dark skirt with a light top, whereas the light skirt with the dark top is a little bit more out there. I don't know. Then I'm using this lipstick color for shading, because you don't want to add too many extra colors. Might as well use what's available. And then I added like sock texture to the tights. I think in the next go I'll leave the legs skin tone. I'm gonna try and use that copper color that was really, really dark and add just a dark hem to the skirt. See how I like this. Do I like that? That does add a little something. And then I could actually use this for a little cookie texture on the skirt. Just a couple little texture dots. Make sure they're pretty random. Although I don't think I could do that with this skirt. I think I do want to reverse the colors again. I don't think we need the red. I don't think the red adds anything to it, so might as well leave it out. The other thing is, I'm still not 100% on the collar. It's not something I usually draw, but that might be a reason to keep it. It's really hard to say. Just kind of change up the pose a smidge. I didn't really draw the bow back here, so we might want to turn the character so we can see that. So then the bow kind of pokes out that way. I definitely think that helps add to the younger character vibe that I really want to go for. There's our silhouette. And the bow would end up over here. Probably can open her eyes this time, but I like to draw them shut. It helps me line them up a little better. Not sure what I want to change. I think mostly the same. No, except the colors. I want to reverse the colors. Who knows, maybe after drawing it full size with the reversed colors, I'm going to like this one better. That's why you gotta draw it. I feel like her name should be Genevieve. That's the name that's jumping to my mind. It's like gingerbread. Genevieve. It's like the same amount of syllables. Starts with the same letter. That's all I got. It's just the first thing that came to my mind. And I feel like it's pretty princessy of a name. Make the feet a little bigger this time. Maybe they can actually hold up this frame. Okay, I think I made that collar too big this time. It's like going way past her shoulders. And it's probably gonna look way more clown-like than even that one did. So we need to tone that down a smidge. Let me draw the shoulders so I know where those are. And then make it a little smaller than that. I'm okay drawing the arms in front of the skirt this time because I kind of got my fill of drawing the skirt twice. And I think there's lots of space for me to enjoy down here. Some simple hands that hopefully don't distract by being too bad. I want it to kind of puff up kind of like this one did with the skirt, maybe. You're not going to really see it because this drawing's in the way. So that's probably not that important. We'll keep it pretty simple. Alright, line art. I'm going to try and open her eyes without sketching it. This is spooky. I'm living life on the edge right here. Yeah, didn't turn out too bad. You know what? We're losing ears. I kind of want to see an ear, but I just drew that hair and it covers it. These big bell sleeves. Bow on the skirt. It's nice to incorporate that. That's kind of cute. I like it. I tried to have one on the last princess I drew and it didn't quite suit her, so I had to take it out. This time we're keeping it. There we go. Line art is done. Now we can move into the color. Alright, so I wanted to switch the colors, which means light suntan goes on the skirt. And also the bow. And the hair, if we're following this scheme inverted. Well, not completely inverted, but yeah, the two colors we have inverted. Obviously. Color the small sections first because they're easy. There we go. That worked pretty well. I think I'll keep the colors for the shoes the same. I don't see any reason to change it. So like the bow will be dark brown and the top blouse area. Oh, it's so much easier to fill in the small sections. This dark color. Get it a little less streaky. There we go. Yeah, I do like that color scheme, but I let that way, you know, reversed. Something about it just speaks more elegant to me. Try and darken it up a smidge before I add the white highlights. Color everything in before I add in the white details because I kept putting my hand in it before and it wasn't pretty. Keep the shoes dark and the socks light. Just seems more practical. Whoa, what could I... Oh, I think I had some paint down here. It's not sticking quite right. I think we can add the icing now. Just go at it. So, I want to kind of follow some of these designs. I really like the way they look. I like the flower right in the front. Probably made that flower a little big. So I'm gonna widen up the petals. It's a little spacious. I'm starting at the top and moving down for the most part, so I don't put my hand in any of the wet paint. Kind of try and widen up the bottom icing and then have a thinner one on top of that. Ooh, do I want to put any icing on the bow? I feel like I have to. I'm gonna jump to the bottom of the skirt, add in some of these flowers. Try not to put my hand in it. I can change them a little bit if the fabric's kind of flowing, so they don't have to be exact. You know what? I forgot this really important stripe at the bottom. There we go. I might color in the bottom a contrasting color again, but maybe just use this same brown instead of the darker brown that I used on that one. And then add that snow that I had in the other one. Gonna add a little bit more something to the bow there. It just makes the white stand out a little more, you know. And we add a little shading to the hair with these same two colors. I think that is it for this one. I am pretty happy with the results. No, we could just do this edge right here. Ooh, that looks kind of interesting. I'm sure that sells gingerbread. But it does look pricier. Here we have a Genevieve gingerbread. The kind of like gingerbread cookies we started with. And then, boop, our finished concept of sitting down and drawing for, I don't know, what has it been? 2 hours? A little more than that? I don't know, somewhere around there. Thanks for coming along with me as I fill this spread in my sketchbook. Let me know what you drew if you decided to draw along. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys all next week and hope you have a delicious evening full of waffles.